My name is Barbara Helen Kay. Well, my father was a tailor and my mother was in the tailoring trade, and they're both from London. Their parents, my grandparents, all came from Russia, Poland, Austria. I was born in 1942, so I was in the middle of the war. I was evacuated to Manchester, but not for very long. My grandparents lived in Manchester. But I don't remember that. I really don't. It was just it was as if I was shielded. I didn't know anything about bombs. I didn't hear them. I don't remember them. Subconsciously or unconsciously, maybe, because I get very nervous and very anxious many times. Maybe it was from then. But other than that, life continued. It was really okay. I knew nothing else. So I was brought up, for me, everything was fine. There was no problem. One bedroom flat, Brady Street buildings, with a lovely playground and a short walk to Brady and a short walk to my school, Deal Street. I went to Deal Street School from a young age. My mother took me, and from there it was almost everybody did the same. We crossed over the road into Brady. I think at the beginning it was 2 days a week, maybe more, and straight into the infants class. And there was a canteen, not like a canteen here today. It was a canteen that had biscuits and tea. Miss Moses and Miss Benjamin were the two that I knew that were there when I was there. And when you came in, the first thing as you virtually walked in the door, was a table where they were taking subs. I think it was 6pence then, and God forbid you didn't have it, or God forbid you missed out on a week. You were soon told, naughty. It was almost school to school. I went to, there were classes, there were activities. I actually did Hebrew learning, and I've still got my prize from when I was 12. Prize for very good Hebrew learning. That was a couple of days a week, if I remember, Tuesdays and Thursday evenings for an hour or so. And there was PT. It wasn't so much liking it, you just did it. I'm not sure with the PT, I did enjoy it, but I wasn't very good jumping over the halls, and I used to fall before I got over it. I don't think I ever managed it, but I was a good runner, and I was good at high jump, and we used to go to Victoria Park from Brady. We did a lot of outreach work from Brady. We didn't do it all in the club. My best memory of Brady was it was there. I went after school, it was there, all my friends, and you didn't really recognise them as friends. You were just a community. They were just there and you were just with them. And Friday nights and Saturdays, all Saturdays, we'd go to Skeet for the weekend. So there was a lot going on. There was really a lot going on in the club, with the canteen, just people together. And then there were the dances and evenings where our parents came. There was just so much going on. I do remember at the time, I've still got photos with my mum coming to one of the displays that we all went to. We went for a break just to get away from our parents, our home, and we were all together. We were on the loose, and they made us very welcome at Skeet until you walked in the door. Then you all had duties. You either had to peel spuds, sit there and peel spuds one after the other. But I remember playing tennis there. It was really good. I remember going out for walks. We'd meet outside Whitechapel Station either Friday evenings or Saturday mornings. Whether we had a Saturday job, I always really had a Saturday job. Occasionally I'd go Friday evenings, and we'd go into Whitechapel Station, which I came out of today, and it looks exactly the same but expanded. And we'd go to New Cross, and then we'd go out of there and we'd really walk. So no matter what the weather, we weren't picked up. There were no limousines, no cars. We all did it, but we never thought twice of it. walking a mile or two. One day we came out of the station. I don't think we knew what an umbrella was then because no one thought of taking it. And we came out of the station and it was absolutely belting out. The weather was just horrendous. The rain was falling out the sky. We started to walk because we had no other means. There was no taxi. Usually there's a taxi actually outside the station, but there wasn't. And we started walking and there was hardly any cars. No one was going to stop. I think we were maybe 8 of us until a dustbin cart went by and he stopped and he came out and he called to us. He said, ladies, he said, if you're willing to come in, I've only got empty bins in the back of the dust cart. If you're willing, he said, I know where Skeet is, I can take you there. So as my friend Irene Collins said, we didn't know then what we know now. Maybe we would not have gone in, but I don't think anyone was going to cart 8 of us out of the dustbin. We were all maybe aged 14, something like that. And he took us. So when we arrived at Skeet, it was still raining. He hooted the horn, and we all started. How we got out, I have no memory of how we got out of these big dustbins, but we did. We jumped down. We were quite agile, I think, at that age, and it was fun. It was just fun. The only recollection, when you come up the stairs or out the lift and you turn left, that's my recollection, the boys' area. I turned right and there were along the corridor there's quite a few rooms, different rooms, classrooms actually, where we had, I remember the Hebrew being there, maybe the art, I don't know, or discussions. I remember coming up actually quite later on in life when I was maybe 20, and they wanted someone then to come and talk to some of the younger Bradians who were there, which I did. So that was fine. Brady continues, doesn't stop. Well, Brady was almost a backstop. It was something you carried on your back with you wherever you went. You never thought much about it. It was just there. The friends are there, the girls are there. I didn't meet a couple of the girls until Friends Reunited came online, because I was married from 1971, I think, actually. I got married in Australia. My partner and I, we emigrated, so we got married there. We came back after a year or two and went through the married life. But eventually, after 50 years or so, then Facebook came up and we all reconnected, because most of Brady, of my group, spread across the world and across London and across England. It is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Well, it's a shame really not to meet them, but we've had many a reunion. They've had one in New York, I think they've had one in Canada. We certainly had one here in London, a few actually. And then we started meeting up every few weeks to go to have a meal in the Harvesters, I think. We used to go round town, Stanmore or Edgware. I do hear that youth clubs have closed all over the show, all over the parts of London, wherever you go, because the government can't afford to keep them. I don't know what it means by can't afford, because all we ever wanted was a cup of tea and a wagon wheel. We didn't want much else. And I think it's a real pity, because it has such a community spirit and it really turns you, it's almost like a probation for going into adult life. Well, I'd just like to end with one brief story, that it was our mums that sent us to Brady, and they knew best. Probably they all actually went. I know my mum went to Brady before me. The friendships that I made, and still today, and I'm 80 years old, still today, from when I was 6 years old, I know all the Brady girls. I met my friend Marion DeLu a few months ago, actually, and we had a lovely meal out, and then we came to Brady for the exhibition. So I just want to say that the youth clubs today, there should be one on every street corner, really, or in an estate or block of flats, because they do so much for youth. And I'm delighted to have been to Brady, been a Brady girl, and it's still with me, and it will always be me till the day I die.